Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to ready on the 2-game CSGO main slate on Wednesday. Before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos breaking down NBA, NFL, PGA, and esports daily fantasy sports slates, esports including Call of Duty, League of Legends, and this one, Counter-Strike CSGO. Also, again, I just want to say thank you guys for all support. 3.43 thousand subscribers now on YouTube. If you enjoy the free content, if you could leave a like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. Those things do help me out to continue to pump out free content for you guys. And again, right now we have so much content. Like I'm making like 3 or 4 videos a day. We got CSGO, we got TBT, we got PGA that just uploaded. We have Call of Duty upcoming this weekend. So I am nonstop pumping out videos for you guys. So, and if you listen to us at Apple Podcasts, a 5-star rating and review would also be greatly appreciated. But with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Yeah, before we get to players and the prices, what we can do is look back at my lineup here from Tuesday's main slate. And Tuesday, actually, I'm a little bit shocked, but I got into the cash. It was because of the Avez stack. They were a little bit lower owned because they were underdogs. Key was only 52% owned. Played him the captain. Paired him with Kyler and Marcos. So yeah, that worked pretty good. The Saw guys a little bit of a letdown. They got 2-0'd. Muter, Citado, RMN weren't great, but they were all pretty popular. So you know the Avez guys did kind of help me out and pushed me into the cash, which I was a little bit surprised I did cash in this tournament, but I'll take it. So, yeah, all right, let's take a look at the odds now. Again, guys, in these slates, they're lesser-known teams. I'm not going crazy with my, how much I'm playing, really. If they're the main teams, I'll play more, but these are more secondary teams, Tier 2 teams. Yeah, I wouldn't. My whole thing is I wouldn't go crazy on your, play a lot of money in these sites, right? But let's talk about it here. So crazy in Avez minus 217 favorites, and Simon and SG Pro. Simon are the biggest favorites at minus 303. Let's talk about the first game here. Crazy versus Avez. Yeah, the Crazy team had a nice win there against Saw, an upset. They were the biggest underdogs of the slate yesterday, but they looked pretty good, and they beat Saw. I think, so let's take a look at the prices here. We have Sensei at 8K, Dem QQ at 7.6, Surges at 6.2. Those are the top 3 guys I want to look to. And let's take a look at their numbers. So Surges, 0.69 and 0.64 as far as kills per round, deaths per round. He had a pretty good day. Yeah, he had 75 fancy points today. And then you have Sensei at 0.72 and 0.56, the best on the team, and then Dem QQ 0.73 and 0.68. So all 3 have pretty good numbers. I think you kind of know where the production's coming from in this team. It's those 3 guys. Psycho and Toxic are stayaways. Unless you think they win 2-0, then you can maybe target them. But I don't even know if you have to do it on this slate. Everyone is priced. No one's really priced like really high, so I don't really know if you have to even consider those value guys. So it's the top 3 guys for me with Dem QQ, Sensei, and Surges. All 3 look pretty decent for their prices. I guess Surges for his price 6.2K probably looks the best. And then with Sensei and Dem QQ priced about the same, I'm going to give the edge to Sensei. So I'd probably rank him Surges 1, Sensei 2, Dem QQ 3. And sorry if I'm mispronouncing some of these names. Probably am, but these are, again, more Tier 2 teams. So that's kind of my thoughts there. Let's talk about the Avez side now. So another team that won 2-0 there against Luminar. They look pretty good. But let's take a look at the prices here. So you have Kai at 8.4, Biley at 7K, Marcos at 6.6, Kyler at 6K, Narat at 5.4. Narat's a stay away from me. Not someone I would consider in this slate. Yeah, him, like Psycho, Toxic are probably just cross-offs. I don't think we have to do it. But Kai at 8.4 looks really good to me. He's got great numbers here. 0.78 kills from 0.71 deaths from. I just like it because you can tell he is a very aggressive player just looking at those numbers. He's going to be in a lot of those gunfights. He's probably holding the power positions. From what I watched a little bit, he was holding those power positions. So I do like Kai a good amount at 8.4K. Definitely one of my favorite plays there. Biley looked Really good today, went 42 and 21 for 85 fantasy points. He's at 7K. I have some interest there. Again, he's got pretty decent numbers. Kyler hovering around an even KD for the last 3 months, and then Marcos 0.69 to 0.62 as far as kills per round, deaths per round. So if you look at their prices, you have Marcos at 6.6, Kyler at 6K. I would probably rank them. I think Kai is still my favorite play at 8.4K. I just really like his upside. Both Marcos, Biley, and Kyler, it's pretty close for me. I would probably go. I would probably rank them Marcos behind Kai, then Biley, then Kyler. But all three are pretty similar, and the prices seem about right in those guys. Again, the odds in this one, we do have a Vez, our favorites. So this Vez side will pick up more ownership. But we've seen way bigger upsets before it happens. So don't count out those crazy guys. This one, my opinion, probably could go either way. So if you want to play the ownership aspect, you could go crazy. Again, a lot of things, or a strategy that a lot of people don't like doing in a 2-game slate is playing players from both sides of a game. We see a lot of 3-3 stacks, but I wouldn't mind playing players on both sides of this game. I think they're interesting plays on both sides. But overall, my favorite play would probably be Kai at 8.4K. But yeah, definitely some interesting plays in this one. So next, let's talk about Simon versus SG Pro. Again, Simon are the biggest favorites, minus 303. So let's take a look at this matchup here. Simon are the 47th ranked team in the world. SG Pro 70th. Now, the last time they did play, and it was recently, was May 19th, 2020. SG Pro won 2-0. So, sure, I wouldn't rule out SG Pro, even though there are the biggest underdogs here. I think Simon probably is the more talented team. But looking at their numbers the last 3 months, they've really been struggling. I think it's because they've been playing better teams, I guess. But let's take a look at their prices first. So they're a little bit more priced up, right? So Kiaz is at 9.8K. Right now, for the last 3 months, he hasn't been great. 0.67 kills per round, 0.71 deaths per round. So for that price point, unless you're trying to get super contrarian, it's probably going to be a stay away for me. Mao is priced at 9K. Again, not the best. I think he does have not the best overall, but I think he has the best numbers on this team. Yeah, on his team for the last 3 months. So I have a little bit interested in him as a spend up. Then you have Norbert and Nealon at 7.4 and 7.2K respectively. I think Norbert looks really good for his price. Right, he's got about the same numbers as Kiaz and is about over $2,000 difference. Nealon, not the best, but I think still some of that is viable. And then we have Cadio. Is probably going to be a stay away for me. Looks like a new addition to the team. Nealon would probably be a stay away too, I guess. It would probably be for the prices. Norbert 1, Mao 2, Kiaz 3 for me. As far as their points per game, I think they have a couple games on here. They do. Sure, Kiaz has the best numbers, right? If you look in the points per game, he's averaging about 60 points a game. But looking at the matchups, I guess, yeah, not against like the best opponents. Yeah, this is one where I would probably just take the cheapest option of those top 3 guys. So it would probably be Norbert, then Mao, then Kiaz for me. On the SG side, this is a team that's going to go low owned. They just are. But I think there are some interesting plays here. Again, they won their most recent matchup. So let's talk about it here. I think Roofire and Diary, how you to pronounce their names, are going to be stayaways. Again, I don't know if we have to really go with any of those value plays. They both are the cheapest options at 4.8, 5.8K respectively, but I'm probably going to stay away. So I know I've said that about basically every team, but I think you really only have to consider like the top 3 guys, maybe 4 guys on some teams for this slate. But the other 3 look decent. So we have Kai's coming in at 0.71 kills per round, 0.63 deaths per round, a 1.09 rating 2.0. You have Fame coming in at 0.74 and 0.7. And then Sanato, PRR, or what was it, RRR, 0.75 kills per round, 0.69 deaths per round. So all 3 look pretty similar, right? If you're just looking at those numbers. Fame's the most expensive, 7.8. Sonato RRR 6.8, and then Kai's at 6.4. So once again, I think I'm going to go with the cheapest option there in Kai's of those three, right? When all three look very similar to me, I'm just going to go with the cheapest. So I'd probably rank these guys Kai's, Sonato, then Fame. But all three look decent and are definitely going to be guys that are going to go low owned, right? The Simon Gaiman is just going to pick up a lot of ownership. But, right, SG won the most recent matchup. I still think this one could probably go either way too, even though Simon are pretty big favorites at minus 300. So for cash games, how would I approach this slate? Well, I would probably target the favorites here, right? So Simon, I would probably get at least a couple of those guys on my roster. And then the Yves side, I really like Kai. He's one of my favorite plays there at 8.4K. But, you know, that's kind of the normal strategy for cash games. And just on a 2-game slate for, like, Tier 2 teams, again, I wouldn't go crazy on your, you know, how much money you're playing on a slate like this. But for tournaments, right, you can definitely make an argument for, like, SG Pro. They're going to be low-owned. But if you get some of those guys at 15, 20% owned, and they pull off the upset, you're going to be in amazing shape. So it's all about, you know, taking a stand here. If you want to play the chalk, if you want to play Simon and Yves, that's fine. Maybe get different in one spot, right? Maybe play someone as a one-off on an opposing team, or leave a little bit of salary on the table. If you're going with the underdogs, I don't really know if you have to get super contrarian in GPPs. But yeah, I think that's really the breakdown there of this slate. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed the content so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could like this video. Again, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. We're at 3.43 thousand subscribers now. And if you listen to this Apple Podcasts, a 5-star rating and review would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again, guys. Hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you all in the next video.